Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakar Kadash, and the Heavenly Father. True name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Bahashem, in the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Those are their true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashon Kadash Sultan. And I say Barakatham to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim, Wa'akwaf, and I say Shalom. And this is a prophecy update as of November the 11th, 2025 on this Tuesday. Yep, on this Tuesday afternoon. And this is a news article from RT.com as of November the 11th, 2025. And it reads, because, I would say for the past couple of weeks, almost a month now, tensions have been really heating up between Afghanistan and Pakistan. Keep that in mind as well too. After the talks was off between the both sides of Pakistan and Afghanistan, and then you had one of the leaders from Taliban. He was saying that potentially tensions might heat up. Since the talks failed between both sides, even though they have extended the ceasefire, but they were supposed to have some more talks, but the talks has collapsed. So ever since then, tensions have been really heating up between the borders of Pakistan and Afghanistan. So keep that in mind as well too. And between the borders of India as well too, because you had a car explosion, I would say, over there in New Delhi of India as of yesterday. And then you had this recent explosion over there in Pakistan as well too. So I just want to add a side note to that. And this is a news article, as I mentioned again, from November the 11th, 2025, from RT.com, and it reads from World News. It says the Pakistani and Taliban claims the deadly Islamabad suicide attack. Officials say at least 12 people were unalive and 27 were injured in a blast outside a court building. It says the Pakistan Taliban has claimed responsibility for the bombing attack in the Pakistani capital, Islamabad, on Tuesday. The attack left at least 12 people unalive and 27 injured. The Interior Minister, Mossad Makwavi, has said the incident occurred outside the court building in the G11 sector of the city. Makwavi said that the attack has planned to enter the court building and blew himself up near a police van outside the complex. It says after he was unable to gain access, it says an investigation has been launched to determine the identity of the attack. It says a Pakistan Taliban TTP, a jihadist group organization operating primarily along the Afghanistan-Pakistan border, has since claimed responsibility for the bombing. Says it was targeting judges, lawyers, and officials who carry out rulings under the Pakistan un-Islamic laws. According to the Al-Wababiyah, the TTP vows more attacks until Islamic law is fully implemented in the country. It says Pakistan Prime Minister Mohammed Shahbaz Sharif has condemned the attacks and ordered throughout investigation into the incident, vowing that the perpetrators will be brought to justice. And he also linked the attacks to a separate incident in the city of Raya on Monday, where a suicide bomber attempts to blow himself up in a school. Sharif claimed that with both attacks originated from Afghanistan and they were instigated by India. Pakistan Defense Ministers Kharija F. Sheikh also linked the blast to Afghanistan. It says in a post on X, he said that the suicide attack on the Islamabad district court is a wake-up call that the conflict of the Pakistan-Afghanistan border region of the Balochistan is a war for all of Pakistan. It says the rulers of Kabul can't stop the terrorism in Pakistan, but bringing this war all the way to Islamabad is a message from Kabul, which prays to be to God. Pakistan has the full strength to respond, he said. So as it says again, Pakistani and Taliban claims the deadly Islamabad suicide attack as 12 were unalive and 27 were injured in a court blast outside the courtway building. It's the book of Luke 21. It's the book of Luke 21 and verse 25. It says, "And there shall be signs in the sun, and the moon, and the stars upon the earth. The distress of nations will perplex sea born." Right, so that's what we're seeing, the increasing distress of nations will perplex sea born. We're seeing the nation against nation, the borders between Pakistan and Afghanistan, and seeing the borders of India and Pakistan. So we're seeing, the distress of nations. What's that? Second Edge, verse 3. There should be seeing earthquakes and the uproars of people in the world. So that's what we're seeing on a day-to-day basis. Modern day ruler against modern day ruler, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, wars or rumors of wars. And this is the book of Matthew. Oh, that's John. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, right? Wars and rumors of wars. The borders tension between Pakistan and Afghanistan, and these proxy groups between the borders of Afghanistan, Pakistan, and over to India as well too. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must first come to pass, but then it's not yet. Right, so Yahushua says this is going to come to pass, but it's not going to end just yet. Matthew 24, verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, right? Afghan versus Pakistan, and the proxy groups from Afghanistan and Pakistan. Those are what you call nation against nation, which goes to ethnos. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Just like that news article came out over there in Canada about the measles cases are increasing. So we see these famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places on top of that as well too. This is Matthew 24, verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows, right? So all these signs that Yahushua spoke about, these just the beginning of sorrows, because these are the biblical times, of the signs of the times. So as it says again, as it says again, Pakistan, Taliban claims a deadly Islamabad suicide attack. Because I think they said, according to the news article, the individual was trying to go inside the courtway building, trying to blow it up, but he was unable to gain access, so he went outside and blew it up outside the courtway building. But they were saying in the news article they were trying to potentially target lawyers and judges of some type of Islam law or something like that until it be fulfilled and it's passed. They're going to continue to potentially do more attacks, according to the news article that I was just reading. So this is a sign of wars in the people world. So that's what we're seeing. And this is a news article from RT.com. So that shows after this bill was passed, we're really going to be seeing more tensions heating up between the resistance of the Palestinians going against the Israel Defense Force and the Hezbollah and the Houthi rebels still going to be going against the Israel Defense Force. Now you got this news article from over there in Israel. It says as of November the 11th, 2025, it reads, it says the Israeli preliminary advances a bill on unalive penalty for groups. Critics fears that the proposed legislation will discriminate against the Ishmaelites, which the Palestinians. So that's only going to stir up more tensions between the Palestinians and the IDF Edomites. And that goes back into that nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. It says the UK bulks a EU militarization demand, Bloomberg reports. It says Eastern Kurpakin under Russia control. It says from the proxies of Moscow, impossible to defeat Russia through Ukraine proxy. Right, because that's another sign of wars and rumors of wars. It says Russian troops advance inside the enriched Kupanakin MOE reports. Right, Russia wars and rumors of wars. So get to some more news apps. News articles. Get into some more prophecies once again. It says U.S. This is from the Washington Times, published one day ago. It says the U.S. strike vessels allegedly transporting drugs in the Pacific's unalive 6 people. Right, this is like the 11th time that occurred ever since the tensions have been heating up in the early August and all the way into now between the Venezuelans armies versus the United States armies, and the tensions are heating up between the president of Maduro of Venezuela and the president of the United States as well too. That's another sign of wars, rumors of wars. It says Turkey military plane 20 on board crashes. It says Yemen's rebels signaled that they have stopped attacks on Israel and Red Sea shipping. But it's going to happen once again. It says America's biggest warship reaches Latin America waters, amending rising tensions with Venezuela. Yep, another sign of wars and rumors of wars. It says Trump threatens sanctions are really putting the hurt on Russia. Not really. It says Russia promised to conduct an atomic weapon test if other nuclear armed states do so. Another sign of wars and rumors of wars. U.S. pushes Lebanon to crack down on Hezbollah funding, but that's not going to happen. It says Iraq holds elections as Shiite militarists flex their muscles. Yeah. What's that? Upwards of people in the world, Luke 21, verse 25. This is from the Washington Post. It says if Trump attacks Venezuela, these sites could be targets. Yep, another sign of wars, rumors of wars. It says Thailand says that the Trump-backed broker ceasefire Cambodia is on hold. Yep, another sign of wars, rumors of wars. It says U.S. aircraft carriers near Latin America as Venezuela's tension simmers. Right, tensions are going to continue to increase despite the fact it might decline. It's only going to continue to increase. It says the Philippines want more Byram's missile systems from India. Right, with the ongoing tensions between China over there in the Spit of Territorial waters. It says photo shows a U.S. ally is flexing naval power at North Korea. You have another sign of wars and rumors of wars in that Joel the third chapter. It says U.S. to build a major new base near Gaza. Right, because that's only going to stir up wars, rumors of wars, which is the United States armies and the Israeli armies versus the pro-Iranian groups. So that's only going to stir up more tensions. It says U.S. to join NATO war games as ally accused Russia of hybrid warfare. Right, this is another sign of wars and rumors of wars. As we've been seeing, tensions between NATO and Russia have been heating up, for the past 2.5 months, and as of recently. And this is a news article from CBSNews.com, published by Holly Williams, updated November the 11th, 2025 at 10:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time from CBS News. It says, as NATO allies accuse Russia of hybrid warfare, the U.S. joined war games with Sweden, focusing on disrupting sabotage. It says a rising number of mysterious drone sightings near airports and military bases have fueled concerns in Europe over the alleged Russian incursions. It says into NATO airspace, with some American allies accused already saying that the content is a gray zone and peace between and war, accusing Moscow of escalating a hybrid warfare. NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, is arguably the United States' most important alliance. It says, enduring over 75 years in Sweden. The CBS News saw that alliance in action this week in waters contested by Russia. And it says, our team watched as our enemies' submarines prepare for a covert espionage and sabotage missions. Yeah.
Using an exposed layer, the two Sunshine helps by creating a protective barrier on those exposed areas. I know Sunshine because it works.
What?
Today, the best mobile network in the U.S. is T-Mobile. You see millions of real customers testing the networks, and T-Mobile sort of opened the can of whoop-up. So text an instant talk and say, you won't believe where I am. Seriously, forever.
Even on an antidepressant, I was masking depression. I felt
No, bro thought he wanted to check see if it's
Maybe he's supposed to be in the box.
longer-lasting pain relief.
You?
Unlike Tylenol and Advil, just one dose of Relief provides up to 12 hours of relief from all types
yeah,
of
they might bring it back. They might bring it tomorrow.
Oh my God, Chucky!
Yeah, because the mail lady, she might still get it. Because I remember she was trying to knock on the door. I was trying to hurry up and catch her, but she had left already. Yeah, early this morning, the mail lady.
He probably had that pack.
Yeah, bring it back. Yeah, I think it was the lady that came in that mail truck earlier today.
Yeah.
Because she was knocking on the door. I was trying to hurry up and catch her, but she had left already. So she might, yeah, she'll probably bring it back tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Well, I said that
I think it was that fat lady. I think. Yeah, she went back in that class. Yeah, that dark skin dog. Yeah. Yeah, she'll probably go back tomorrow. Yeah.
becoming your daughter is never happened to me. Thank you so much. Even if I hadn't acted like you listened.
We love you. And nothing either of you say or do
You don't get
ever
to them
change
at the
that.
same time. See, Junior is taking like that.
Right.
We both know how to be.
If I had a time machine, had a reason to go back.
Yeah, she might send it tomorrow. Yeah.
Dad have been talking.
Oh, it came by Amazon.
Done some things that I'm not proud of either.
If that's the case, they'll probably bring back tomorrow. Yeah, they'll probably bring back tomorrow.
Is that why you're taking the job at manager? So you can stay in town and work in town?
Right. So if Amazon was trying to knock on the door, so they'll probably re-deliver it back tomorrow, probably potentially.
So how are you able to keep a connection with your brothers with all your issues with your dad?
I was all taken. We were taking it upon myself to try to solve everybody's problem. He kept in contact with them, hoping to bring me back to the fold. But lately I realized he's left out a lot of details for us to go down to the family.
Maybe I need to be the Jake for my own very dysfunctional family. Thanks for coming to check on me after that with Cat, but
I actually did.
Because I really don't believe nobody was stolen. Because if it was coming together, they would have had shoes in his pants. They would have had it together if that was the case.
you said he's Egon's son.
Because they would have been out there in the hallway. So I didn't think nobody was stolen.
Well, he doesn't really fit in.
They probably just come back tomorrow.
Okay,
Oh,
I don't see why that's a big deal. What's wrong with coloring when we outside the lines?
Isaiah's brand of coloring involved breaking the law.
Because there was a male lady she had came, and then she had got in the car, she had left because there was a male out there. And then I think Amazon, they probably came towards her.
Just stick young man wants to go to England.
So hopefully they'll bring it tomorrow. So as it says, once again, as NATO allies accuse Russia of hybrid warfare use, it says U.S. joins war games and Sweden focus on disrupt sabotage, right? Because we've been seeing the ongoing tensions been heating up between Russia and Ukraine, despite the fact Moscow denying the reports that they have tensions against NATO, but the tensions are definitely heating up between Russia and NATO. And this is, get back to that Matthew 24 chapter and I'm close it out. This is Matthew 24 and verse 6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. Right, that's what we're hearing, wars and rumors of wars. These military exercise drills, military spending, military building up, nuclear escalation tensions are heating up between these nations on an everyday basis. As we see in, the Russia-Ukraine situation that's intensifying, then NATO versus Russia. NATO doing military exercise drills, Russia doing nuclear tests, nuclear arms tests between these nations. So these are signs of modern day wars and rumors of wars. And you should hear wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not in trouble for all these things must first come to pass, but they is not yet. Matthew 24 and verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Right, so for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, which goes into ethnos. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. So with that, hopefully this sit down lesson was edifying with the prophecy updates as of November the 11th, 2025 on this Tuesday afternoon. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Barakatham to the elders and apostles, Ba'akim Akwaf. Until next time, I would say Kwame Sharala in the Bible Ball. Shalom.